Tomorrow, a secret trial begins in Russia for American journalist Evan Gershkovich. The Wall Street Journal reporter faces espionage charges and potentially 20 years in a Russian prison. They're charges that he, the Wall Street Journal, and the U.S. government deny, with the State Department considering him to be wrongfully detained. In a letter published in today's Wall Street Journal, the newspaper's editor said, quote, "The bogus accusation of espionage will inevitably lead to a bogus conviction for an innocent man." Scripps News Global Affairs correspondent Maya Rodriguez joins us live now from Washington with the details on this. Maya, what do we know at this point about how this trial could look?
Yeah, well, Chris, we know it's set to take place tomorrow behind closed doors. That means there will be no access to the proceedings for either the public or the media. Now, ahead of the trial, we spoke to one of Gershkovich's friends who worries about his safety and what could come next.
For more than a year now, family and friends of Evan Gershkovich have only seen him like this, encased in a glass box inside a Russian courtroom.
It was completely surreal that, my friend, a normal guy, would be the first American journalist arrested in Russia since the Cold War.
Sam Silverman is a longtime friend of Gershkovich's. They became roommates in their freshman year of college and remained close ever since.
It was very clear that it wasn't just a job to him, it was a career and even a calling.
One that's come with a high price. While reporting for the Wall Street Journal in the eastern Russian city of Yekaterinburg, Russian authorities arrested Gershkovich, charging him with espionage. It's a charge that he, the newspaper, and the U.S. government deny, with the U.S. State Department giving his case the special designation of wrongfully detained.
We have been clear from the start that Evan has done nothing wrong. He should never have been arrested in the first place. Journalism is not a crime. The charges against him are false, and the Russian government knows that they are false. He should be released immediately.
After 15 months behind bars, Russian authorities announced earlier this month that his secret trial would start on Wednesday.
This trial is a complete sham. I mean, the charges are bogus.
Russia has held Gershkovich in isolation 23 hours a day at the notorious Lefortovo prison in Moscow, used for political prisoners during the Soviet era.
From all accounts, it's a place where they try to break you down mentally and spiritually.
The Wall Street Journal fears they will lose contact with him once he is transferred for the trial, and that he will end up in an even harsher prison. Upon their convictions in Russia, 2 Americans, basketball player Brittany Griner and former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan, ended up in penal colonies several hundred miles from Moscow. A prisoner exchange with the U.S. led to Griner's release. Whelan is in his 4th year of a 16-year sentence of manual labor. Gershkovich's advocates maintain hope that the U.S. will find a way to bring him home.
So I want him to know that we're okay, we're here, we're united, we're fighting for him, and that when he gets out, we're going to throw the biggest welcome home party that he could ever imagine or hope for.
A hope they are all holding on to.
The Kremlin told international media outlets last week that they are in touch with U.S. officials about a potential prisoner exchange for Gershkovich. A potential deal for him and Paul Whelan previously fell through because it also involved Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who died while incarcerated in a penal colony. It's not clear what this new deal would entail, but the Kremlin said any negotiations should be conducted, quote, in silence. Chris?
Our global affairs correspondent Maya Rodriguez for us live in Washington. Maya, thank you.